that guy just fell to his death. And now he's magically back. Hello, random hunter that magically fell off the edge and now is back. What is going on, world? Welcome back once again. My name is ZacNovak and this is ZacNovak Plays Games. This is me, not this guy. Don't know who this guy is. Today's video, however, is actually XUR'S location and inventory, so roll the intros, get right into it, and I do hope you certainly enjoy. Alrighty, getting straight into the video. XUR is on Titan, chilling at the rig. So once you're spawned in, head up this way, jump on your Sparrow, and let's see if the tentacle bastards got anything good this week. I'm seriously excited about the invitation of the 9, let us have a look. Alrighty, XUR, this week, surprisingly, it is actually really decent. Okay, let's start things off with something that I actually fairly like. These things called the Geomag stabilizers for the Warlock, 23 legendary shards for this very nice exotic. Main perk on it is called Close Enough. When Chaos Reach super energy is almost full, sprinting tops it off. Damaging enemies with Chaos Reach also extends its duration. It's one of those armors which in itself, it pretty much is like, you know, you're running along, you really wish you had your super, hoping someone would just drop 2 or 3 orbs and then magically, bam, you've got your super because of these. They're fun, they're nice, and they're pretty decent. Secondary perks of them are pretty good as well. Pretty good, not freaking good. Primary, though. Secondary perks on them are actually pretty good as well. We got Fusion Rifle Dexterity, Hand Cannon Dexterity, and Outreach, as well as not limited to. We've also got ourselves a Scout Rifle Scavenger and Special Ammo Finder. Always nice, always good, and these things in themselves are definitely a lot of fun. Once again, 23 legendary shards. Pick them up if you have not got them. Moving on though, next up, we've got ourselves the Furiosa, Ursa, Rosa, Versa, Bursa. These things being the Ursa, Furiosa, 23 legendary shards for this Titan exotic. It actually is, it's really freaking OP, and it's not going to be so OP in the future because of the changes that Bungie is doing to exotics like this, but its main perk is actually called Ursine Guard. Move faster while guarding with Sentinel Shield is active, and guarded damage converts to super energy when the super ends. These things in themselves are amazing. They are seriously fun. I've only had them for about a week. I am very upset they're actually going, but well, not really going, they're just getting nerfed, but still, these things in themselves will probably honestly still be pretty beastly if it does work out the way I'm thinking it's going to work. I mean, it's just going to change up the meta for a lot of things. I know a lot of people are angry and Bungie's lighting a campfire on everyone's asses because change is just change, and it's always going to be change. But anyway, secondary perks in this don't really change. Well, they do actually change, but this week they don't really change even if you buy multiple of them. Secondary perks in them being a Fusion Rifle Loader, Hand Cannon Loader, and Impact Induction, as well as not limited to. We've also got ourselves a Sniper Rifle Scavenger and Machine Gun Scavenger. These things actually look pretty beastly with both actual ornaments on. Don't have to say the polar bears that actually died for this. Very kind of sad, but still, it actually looks pretty decent. But still, you have to think, this is probably the last polar bear in existence. This guy killed it, put it on his arms, made a little statue for it. So, yeah, don't mean to rain on anyone's parade, but little bear skin ain't too bad when you look at the difference. I mean, right to bear arms or right to bear snow arms. I don't know. 23 legendary shards, so pick them up if you have not got them. Once again, moving on, next up though, we've got ourselves the Celestial Nighthawk. 23 legendary shards for the D1 exotic bought into D2 that still is seriously freaking OP in almost any situation you're kind of looking at it. Main perk being Hawkeye Hack. Modifies Golden Gun to fire a single high damage shot. Enemies eliminated by the shot explode and grant super energy. So yeah, another one that's getting super energy kind of changed. But still, this thing in itself got changed quite a while ago, and hopefully it's gonna actually be pretty beastly in the future. Hopefully it's still as beastly as it always has been. But secondary perks, and we've got ourselves fusion rifle targeting, hand cannon targeting, and hands-on as well as not limited to. We've also got ourselves sniper rifle reserves and machine gun reserves. Pick this thing up because it does look pretty cool, and with the actual ornament on it, it looks freaking scary, like something out of one of my worst nightmares. Still pretty freaking cool. Anyway, once again, 22 legendary shards. Pick it up if you've not got it. Next up though, moving on finally to the weapon of the week. We got ourselves the Darcy, D-A-R-C-I. This weapon in itself is fairly decent for a sniper. 23 legendary shards. I won't actually say 29 legendary shards. I won't actually say this thing is completely OP or over average, but it does actually do its work. Main perk on it being personal assistant. Aim at an enemy to view its health and other critical information in the scope. Once personal assistant is active, the secondary perk being target acquired. When personal assistant is active, this weapon has better target acquisition and deals significantly more damage. This thing itself is definitely beastly. It looks pretty cool, and honestly, I just kind of really like this sniper because it just kind of looks like Kit from Knight Rider, if you guys know that reference. If you don't, then yeah, I don't know, it's just, it looks cool anyway. And once again, 29 legendary shards. Pick it up if you have not got it. Moving on, next up though, we've got ourselves the consumables of the week, the 5 of Swords challenge card. This allows you to make your challenging nightfalls more challenging by adding challenging challenges to that already challenging nightfall, and adding modifiers that also change up those challenges that also make your score higher, but also make that nightfall more challenging. In other words, makes your challenging challenges more challenging by adding challenges. This thing itself, fairly decent. Pick it up. It allows you to get better loot, better stuff like that, and it's always fun to actually use for nightfalls because, you know, you can kind of tailor-made your own nightfalls, which is pretty decent. And finishing things up for what we have in this part before the aka isochronal engram, faded engram, all that good stuff, we got ourselves the Invitation of the Nine. This week in itself, yeah, my one for some reason is, I think, delayed or behind or something like that, because for some reason I've got the Hanged Man, and if we go over and actually look at my triumphs, I pressed the wrong button there. Let us just go over to here, go to Law. Nope, that's not Law, that's Gambit. I'm always good with this stuff. Law. Let us go to here, then let us go to Enceladus. I have one left, but other people seem to have a different one, so I'm not really too sure. I've seen a few different people have, you know, the one that's actually for Crucible and stuff like that, which I don't think I really had at all. I'm not really too sure because I didn't really pay very close attention. But this one is a Hangman. Anyway, this week for me it is Strike Complete, the Corrupted Strike, Hive, Scorn, and Taken. If you guys have the same one, let me know in the comment section, but it's 9 legendary shards. Pick it up. It allows you to get more lore for the actual game in itself and get some pretty cool loot and some pretty cool crazy cutscenes. But finally finishing things off, we got ourselves the isochronal engram, aka the faded engram. This thing in itself allows you to get, well, exotics. This exotic engram will actually decrypt into an exotic you don't actually own from the actual collection that exists before anything, and it includes Forsaken and all stuff like that and before it, but nothing after that as of yet, but it will change in the future. 97 legendary shards. This thing in itself can actually give you some pretty cool armor with some pretty good perks if you actually get the right thing. This week I got myself the Stag for my Warlock. It's not amazingly great, but hey, I mean, actually this thing in itself has some pretty good perks. Wait, what else has this got? We got heavy ammo finder, shotgun targeting, light reactor, and heavy lifting. I'm putting that on. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna keep this because this thing in itself is surprisingly decent, and it's a lot better than the one that I actually have. So yeah, this is my new stag. Cool, I'm keeping that. Definitely kind of happy with that in itself, because it's got a heavy ammo finder, and I really like heavy ammo finder on my helmets. That thing in itself is pretty freaking decent. And XUR'S Lit this week, once again, is also pretty freaking decent. But anyway, this has been ZacNovak, this has been XUR'S Location. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, click that like button down below, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know if you guys actually did enjoy this video. Did you get anything cool from XUR? Was there anything you actually wanted that XUR did have, or something you didn't want that you actually ended up getting from the Faded Engram if you did actually open it? Let me know also in the comment section about the invitation of the 9. Do all that good stuff, and I'll be cheering like Karen ever. He was Ed Sheeran. Share this video around, because honestly it seriously helps out the channel, helps out you guys, and helps out other people to see my content. If you do, you're amazing, you're awesome, and I will seriously freaking love you. But until next time though, this has been ZacNovak. Do all that good stuff. Once again, I'll be cheering like Karen if he was Ed Sheeran. But until next time, this is ZacNovak signing off. Peace out.